Hey there, superstars. It's Vanessa here, your speaker, trainer, and coach from Live, Love, Give. And today I'm bringing you a message literally right before the sun goes down. And I wanted to make sure that I squeeze this one in for you guys today. I'm in a bit of a rush and a hurry because I'm off to Sydney tomorrow for the next few days. And I've got some exciting things happening up in Sydney. I haven't even packed yet, but I've been rushing around, so I better get moving. But I really wanted to bring this message to you, superstars, today, all about the fact that you discounting your emotions isn't helping anybody. I think that's what I wrote. So what today's message is ultimately all about, and where it actually came from, was from one of my beautiful coaching clients who I've been taking through some different clearing sessions in her life around clearing out different negative influences and beliefs from the past and from different relationships. And part of the process of us getting into these clearing sessions is ultimately that she has to, there's different stages. So one of the stages before our clearing session is to actually go through a release letter to each of these different people. So each week we've been working through a different person in her past or in her present that we want to clear away any of those negative emotions, negative beliefs, all different things, so that they're no longer limiting us in our future and we can move forward, and we can get beyond the past and those emotional experiences and step into an empowered future with all the energy that we want. And so anyway, like I said, part of the process is filling in what I call a release letter. Any of you guys watching, I can see Sam's in the house, who's been in the 8-week group coaching empowerment program. You know full well what the limiting beliefs exercise is and writing that release letter. And so, or if you're a coaching client of mine, you know this. But ultimately it is a letter that you write directing it towards the person that you hold any sort of negative energy or emotional charge toward. And it literally works through the different human emotions, and based on how we scientifically move through and beyond our emotional experience, we follow that sort of structure. So you might start towards, we always start with the emotion of anger. We work through sadness, fear, regrets, all the way down to the light emotions, where if you really do the work and you really clear this stuff out in that sequence, you ultimately get to a place of love, gratitude, appreciation, and a pathway forward for action, empowered action. Anyway, why I'm telling you all this is because this beautiful client of mine actually went through this process, and before our session I read through her release letter and I noticed that what she was actually doing was seeing the other side and discounting her own emotions. So for instance, she might have been expressing some form of anger that she felt towards this person's actions or behavior or so forth, but then she coupled it with, oh, but I understand why you did that was because of this, right? Very good in one regard in terms of seeing the other side and not staying stuck in one-sidedness. But the process that we go through is in order to really clear out and release all of those negative emotions. It's not to start, stop, because whatever we repress, we end up, it just keeps ending up in this kind of constant cycle. And you guys have heard me talk into the beach ball analogy before, which is to ultimately, whenever we're trying to like kind of hold something down, we're kind of walking on eggshells. We're not fully feeling through our entire emotional experience. We're trying to hold it all in because we don't, we walk through life and we don't want to make anything bigger than it is, or we judge ourselves for having anger or sadness or whatever the negative emotion is. And it ultimately keeps it trapped within us. So we keep repeating the same old cycles. And so I addressed this with her today and just let her know, this pattern that I could see. And it totally made sense to her. And stepping into the clearing session, which is a process that I'm taking a number of my clients through right now in terms of tapping into our subconscious conscious so that we can clear all that negative energy out and ultimately just get on with the game of life and stop being stuck in the past. And so I made it clear for her to begin with so that she could come into our clearing sessions in such a way that she was ultimately determined to empty out, not start, stop by clearing out one negative emotion and then saying, oh, but I understand why, which is discounting your emotional experience and actually stopping yourself from moving through. And whatever you judge within yourself, you won't allow yourself to move beyond. So I made it really clear for her, and it was such a beautiful experience where she entered tears of gratitude, and fully felt through and felt amazing throughout this experience, and just felt so light, even in the beginning stages of this clearing and beyond. And that's been the process that she's been going through over the last month, which has been just so beautiful to get to watch her transform and just re-energize and let go of all that baggage from the past so that it becomes her fuel for her future. And that's what happens when you stop discounting your emotional experience. You stop judging yourself for having so-called negative emotions that every single human being has, and you ultimately allow yourself a process of feeling fully through it so you can get beyond it and move to the other side and be empowered rather than dragged behind by it. So I absolutely hope that me sharing this with you guys is going to get you to think about where in your life you are discounting your own emotional experience. You are judging yourself, and you keep running the same old patterns and cycles in your life or in your relationships with certain people, and it's ultimately just weighing you down and dragging down your emptying out your energy. It's kind of like a chink in the glass that just everything's draining out of, and you just don't know where it's coming from, but it's exhausting. And so I would love for you to think about that in your life, and I definitely want to check in with you guys. So let me know, say hi to me, let me know if you've got any questions or comments or any words of wisdom that you'd love to share with all of us. Before the sun goes down, I got this last little bit of light, and then I'm off to Sydney tomorrow. I can't wait. So I've got Sam in the house. Yay, I know it's past midnight for you, my friend, so I so appreciate you being here. And Randy's here, awesome, and Ram, and Nikki, and Gregory, and Sam, thank you so much, my friend. I'm feeling like I'm just rushing around, so I always appreciate your compliments. And Brooke's here, and William, and Dave, and Joel is here. And Sam, where are you driving to? I'm just driving home. So I've been out rushing around at the shops and doing different things. And Joel is watching from Kampala. Awesome. Where is that? Let me know. I'd love to know, Joel. And yay, Sydney tomorrow. Absolutely, Sam. I can't wait to fill you guys in terms of where I'm, like, everything that I'm learning. I've actually got, I'm going in a little bit earlier. So I'm going to a 3-day event over Friday, Saturday, Sunday. New tools in my tool belt, in particular for my coaching clients, but I'm going to be bringing much of what I'm learning to my courses coming up. So I can't wait to share more of that with you guys. And also, I am going in a bit early so that I can have a half-day session with my business coach, which I can't wait to catch up and do some face-to-face stuff with him. And also, I'm going to be interviewing the beautiful woman who runs the events that I've been going to this year. So I cannot wait to share her with you guys. Such a beautiful woman who is such a wealth of wisdom, and I know you guys are just going to love her as much as I do. So stay tuned for that. I've got a new interview coming to you guys. And catching up with my fam as well. So, and I've got Bina. Hello, Bina. And Terry's here again as well. And Sam, yes, release letter is magical. Thank you for teaching. Absolutely, Sam. I love that you got so much value from it. And it's such a great process to go through, which I continue to use today. amazing to clear out any sort of negative charges with anybody in your life. And I've got Liam and Terry is always here thanks for the positive vibes from Spain. You're always welcome, Terry. Thanks for sending them right back to me. And Matthew's here, and Adrian and Cheryl and Robin and Tayeb and Randy. If you hold back your emotions, then you really are penalizing those closest to you with being your true real self. Absolutely, Randy. Beautifully put. And at the end of the day, whatever you suppress negatively, you also simultaneously suppress positively. So any of that, those emotions that you are so-called negative, when you suppress the negative, you also suppress the positive. You end up just kind of being emotionless, rather than thinking, oh, if I suppress all the negative, then I'll only have all beautiful, positive, amazing energy. No, it just doesn't work like that. You will just be kind of emotionless at that point, and that is certainly not being your true real self, like you so put it, Randy. I love that. And Vanessa's here. Awesome. And Sam, I love this clearance ritual. Yes, letting go of all that doesn't serve us. Absolutely, Sam. And it is, it's so enlivening to my soul to be able to witness some of my beautiful clients going through these processes. They get energized every single week. It is blowing my mind. And I can't wait to learn. I'm going to be learning a bunch of new tools around next level of what I've been doing with these clients over the next weekend. So much growth happening. I love it. And Shane's here, and Julie and Chico and Shane. Hello to you. Sounds great and makes so much sense. I love that, Shane, and great to see you as always. And Judy's here. Awesome. And Randy, share away and can't wait to hear from one of your mentors. I love that, Randy. I can't wait to share her with you. Such a beautiful woman, and an Aussie, a fellow Aussie, who's doing some great things. So yeah, you guys are just going to love her. I can't wait. And Sam, Kampala is capital city of Uganda. Thanks for educating me on that. I love that. I don't know too much about the African cities or, areas there. So I really appreciate that. Thanks, Sam. And Millie's here, and John. Hi, Vanessa. Great topic today. I'm doing some work around vulnerability. Oh, awesome. So I can relate a bit to what you're talking about. What are your thoughts around staying positive attitude and expressing negative emotions? So I love that, John, and thanks so much for sharing. And what I would say is that I'm a big believer in the full spectrum of human emotion. So rather than I think I've got a poor negative. Okay, I think I'm reconnected. Okay, so rather than just expressing our positive side and having a way of expressing our negative emotions to get beyond them, I really like to see both positive and negative working in conjunction with one another. And instead of deeming things positive or negative, I like to think I am the full spectrum of human emotion. So when I do that, I lose and relinquish the judgment that I place on myself. And I've got really poor network. So hang on a sec. Oh, that's why. I'm just pulled up in the driveway, and so that's why my internet's been connecting to my Wi-Fi, which is poor. So I've shut that off. So it should be okay now. But ultimately, when we lose the judgment over positive or negative, and we see ourselves as completely raw, authentic, whole individuals who have access to every single human emotion, and with every single human emotion, they give contrast to both. So we wouldn't know what the positive is without the negative, so own it all and know that you are all of those human emotions. And when you can get to that place, then you can move beyond the control that happens when we deem things positive or negative, and we can actually just come into life as our full authentic selves, and we can move beyond the disempowering states of being to being able to select our emotions and being able to know that whenever there's a negative emotion, it gives contrast to our positive. And if we feel fully through it without judgment, we get to the other side. When you can weather the storm, you get to enjoy the rainbow. So look at our emotions that way. So I hope that is helping or of value to you, John. And Sam, what kind of training in Sydney? Is it meditation or connecting with feminine energy? I love that, Sam. No, it's actually what's called matrix therapies, which is it's like neuro-linguistic programming techniques. It's all these different therapies. I'm getting to know that it's part of it is hypnosis or self hypnosis, which is what I've been kind of talking about over the last couple of days. Regression therapies, all timeline therapies. It's all this all these different therapies that we use in self-development into this new version, this kind of new mixture of what it is. And it's really cool. And my clients are getting some awesome results from it recently. So stay tuned for next level. And I so appreciate the questions. And what else have I got here? Oh, and it's a bit feminine energy because they're all women. And it's kind of really nice to just engage with this beautiful group of women that mostly a bit older than me, which is kind of nice. I'm really enjoying it. So, yeah. And Kitamet's here and Nasra and Jim is going well, Sam. I've actually got... I'm actually doing some home workouts right now, which are kind of cool, to kind of test myself for when I'm traveling around the world for those 3 months. I want to be able to make sure that even if I don't have a gym, I've got some good training going on. So I'm doing some cool home workouts and testing myself and building that muscle so that when I'm traveling, it doesn't mean I'm out of exercising my body. So I'll stay tuned for some of that stuff. If you guys are interested in me giving some trainings on that, I'd love to take you into that realm as well. And William, thank you for your time today. Very much appreciated. Always, William. And thank you for yours. I always appreciate you guys joining me. And John, you're so welcome, my friend. I appreciate you being here. And Tom's here. And Sam, wow, awesome training. Love that. Have fun and bring us the goodies. I love it. That's what I like to do. And hello to you, Vanessa. All right, guys, I am about to sign off as the last little bit of sun comes down and it's end up in darkness here in Melbourne. So early, winter. But as always, I am sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I hope it's beautiful, amazing, extraordinary, and today's message has empowered you. And I can't wait to come at you tomorrow. I'll be in Sydney next time we see each other, and I will be filling you in on all my learnings, all the trainings, my interviews, my business coaching, lots of stuff coming at you for the rest of this week. Can't wait to see you then. And Sam, you'd like some of those gym trainings? Well, there'll be home trainings. I can't wait to share with you guys. Thanks so much for letting me know, and signing off. I'm sending you all of my love, and I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.